Hi, I'm Neil Pledger, ARTDK, and I'm here for another Hidden Histories podcast. I'm on Leeming Street in Mansfield, and if you can't tell, I'm at Mansfield Museum. I've been given permission to have a explore of their archives where they store all their objects and artifacts that haven't been on show for a number of years, so we're going to get a chance to dig around. The original museum opened in 1904, and it was part of a tin building, actually, an old church, and it was made up of Victorian artifacts that had been donated. In 1938, the main building where the museum's house was built and opened, and steadily it was added to. This section here was added in 1989, but the main building, the main front, you can still see on the reception. But what we're going to do, we're going to get in, we're going to get to the back, and we're going to explore and have a dig around in the drawers and on the shelves, and we're going to see what we can find of local interest. I'm here at Mansfield Museum with Jodie Henshaw. Hi, Jodie.
Hiya.
Thanks for letting me come. You've been here a long time. How long have you worked here?
I've worked here for 16 years
16 years. I've got to ask, because you've been here 16 years, you've seen a lot of things come in and out, and obviously we're going to get to have a look behind the scenes because you've given me permission to have a look in your archives. So there's lots of stuff there. I can spot some off camera. I know you're going to go. What's your favourite thing?
My favourite thing is this object.
Wow.
This is, in case you've not guessed, is an elephant's foot.
Right.
Quite a controversial object, because obviously we don't like the fact that lots of elephants are still being killed unnecessarily. Yeah. This was killed a very long time ago. Right. It's actually an umbrella stand. Okay. And the reason I love it so much is because of the reaction it gets from the school children.
So what have you got coming up?
Obviously, we're getting ready for summer. Yeah. School holidays are nearly upon us for the children, so we've got an exhibition called All in the Game, which is about games. Okay. All sorts of games. Make-believe games in your head, board games, computer games. And the exhibition will include all of those things, as well as lots of things that you can actually have a go at yourself. Right, okay. Now, I'm going to get to have a look at sort of your archives and everything that's up there. But stuff comes down all the time, doesn't it? So it's not, you know, obviously there's years' worth of stuff up there, I'm hoping. But you have stuff coming down and you rotate. So you've obviously got the Buxton prints that are part of your permanent exhibition. I noticed you've got, is that a World War One? World War One exhibition. Yeah. That's on loan from the castle, so that's one of our touring exhibitions. Okay. But like you said, we try all the time to use our own objects in displays. There's really no point in keeping them if nobody ever gets to see them. Yeah.
First thing we can't ignore in here is, look at that, rack after rack of the metal box tins. So let's have a closer look. These are going back decades. Everything from Garnier coffee, Cosmopolitan coffee beans, Heroes, Shortcake, Cadbury's. What we got here? Village Breakfast, Campbell, Noble Scottish Whiskey. Wow, this looks nice and healthy. Food for four with new casserole pack. Excellent. Snoopy, Quality Streets. Blimey. Look at the size of that tin now. They're not that big now, are they? Definitely not. Half the size of that. Going round, and some are certainly more modern than others. We've got Fairy there, Musketeer, just loads of. Oh, let's see what we've got here. These will be the royal ones. We've got everything from the Silver Jubilee back to the Coronation. Elizabeth II, 1953. Excellent. Ooh, look at that one. That's an old one. Wow. Look at that, that's a very old one. Cocoa and chocolate for His Majesty the King. It's all embossed inside it. Very, very nice. I found this box, so I'm going to have a look in. Got to have a look if you see a box, got to have a look what's in it. Haven't you really? Oh, wow. Ostrich eggs. Have been blown up, you can see. Wow. That's an ostrich egg. That is cool. I've just spotted this, which is a model of Mansfield Marketplace in 1823 by a Mr. A.S. Buxton, which is Albert Sorby Buxton. Some of you have probably seen he had a number of watercolours that are donated that are put on a permanent exhibition downstairs. But these were the models that he also made as well. And that's Mansfield Marketplace. Water pump. And the coach's house there. Black's head. But amazing. Such detail. Got another box. Let's have a look what we've got in. This one actually does say bones on it. Get in. Have to be very, very careful. Oh, some information about this one. These are bones of an auk. Auk, A-U-K, from the Funk Island, Newfoundland. As a bird, these bones were found between 1885 and 1912 from the Great Auk, which has been extinct from 1844. Got to be very, very careful. Wow. It's saying a cranium, which is a head. Very gentle. That's cool. That's an extinct bird. That's the first extinct bird I've ever held, I have to say. A great auk from Newfoundland, the Funk Island. That's the Funk Island. I'm going to put that back, wrap it up. Even the paper, that's gone yellow, so that's been written some time ago. Amazing. I'm going to have to keep my old man glasses on now because I'm going to read things, but I've spotted some else. Mansfield Brewery Company Limited. This is the trophy that was handed out to the winners of Mansfield Carnival. So what we've got here is, let's go back, 1975 Mansfield Carnival winners, Woburn Centre. We've got Friends of Hollywood Primary, 1990. 1976 Woburn Centre again. 77 Friends of the Deaf. 78 St Barnaby's Church. 84 Berry Hill. 79 St Barnaby's. 85 Westfield Folk House. We've got Bill Sutmore Residence, Westfield Folk House, Bosworth Street Pentecostal Sunday School. So all the winners of the Mansfield Carnival. The Challenge Cup. There we go, excellent. Just so much. There's obviously quite a variety of different things you can see. No other information other than knuckle duster. Picked a couple of bits up here from World War II, and I love anything to do with World War II. We got here's a World War II motor fuel ration book. Motor fuel ration book. Can you see? Motor car including tricycle. Excellent. There are certainly some random stuff in here. You guess what it is? It's a coconut. Not only is it a coconut, but it was a coconut posted from Africa to Mansfield during World War II. It literally just is everything. We've got everything from children's gas masks, helmets, Luddite bombs used in the burning of Nottingham Castle, gas masks, helmets, ration books, World War II ration books, a receipt for a baby's gas helmet that was war damaged, National Savings Movement badges, military regalia. We've got ration books, campaign stars and class, World War II memorabilia, ration book, we've looked at that, Women's Land Army badges and armbands, emergency ration books. We've got Woodbine cigarettes. It seems to be a history of Hoovers there. Wow, going right back as well. Up to the ones at the back. Irons. I'm sure some of you can remember these. What is that? I think somebody might be able to tell me what that is. Look, and you could literally spend just hours. Slipper bedpans, the ideal bed and douche slipper. Am I pronouncing that right? Mother Siege's digestive syrup. Gripe water. Woodward's celebrated gripe water, important for mothers. There we go then. Bonus 10 points. What is that? That's a crimping machine. Want to get your fingers caught in that, do you? Oh, now we're into this. Look at these cameras here. I bet you got box brownies in here. Polaroid. 8-track. Can you remember 8-track? Dad had 8-track. Queen on 8-track. Recording. So we've got 8 tracks here. Here we go. This is my history now. Last Christmas. Wham, 7-inch single. Just a quick stop off here. It's the whole rack. This is the complete collection of the Chad archive of photos that Mansfield Museum now has. They rescued it out of a skip and now have them all here. And it's basically every photo that Chad did since 1961 all the way up to 1996. That basically means anybody of a certain age who lived in Mansfield, your photo is probably in here for if you appeared in the Chad. And certainly I know somewhere in here is a photo of me of a 6-year-old at Bull Farm First School having my photo took of the present mirror. So somewhere in here it is, 1981 right to 1961 to 95. So what we've got here are certified dinosaur prints from a local quarry. Can you see? Can almost see there. How cool. So another fossil we've got here is a coal fossil of a calamite. Wow. You see the texture on that and the light. The line's going. It's part of a tree, calamite. I'm sure somebody will correct me. Another nice little find here. We've got what I can only think is metal box printing plates, but they're stone, and they are heavy. Now there's a few more here. I definitely recognise this. This is one of the old mining banners. Being a miner's son myself, this has always made me think of Mansfield Carnival with all the pits parading with this at the front. This one is Langworth Lodge. I'm going to put it upside down so you can read it. United we stand, divided we fall. That's an old one. And certainly the two things I mainly remember about Mansfield Museum, and there was a lot, but we used to come in here specifically to see the stuffed birds, and as you can see there are hundreds of them, thousands of them probably, everything from woodpeckers to pelicans to all sorts, and I can't even name them. Just so many. But the one almost diorama, or the one I can always remember, actually is still here, and it's this one. It's the Secretaria birds, because they're fighting with a snake. Now you imagine coming in as a kid that this was like animals fighting, so this always drew me there, because it was almost the action. This is the other bit that I used to definitely come in the museum for. I'm suspecting we've got row after row with the eggs, and now obviously in this day and age it's probably frowned upon. See it, but certainly when I was younger, I used to come in to look at all the egg displays. Again, just drawer after drawer of eggs. Being very careful here. So many. Linnet, Northern Bullfinch, and that. Let's have a look what I've got in here. More eggs, being very, very gentle. Just rack egg to egg. What have I got here? Moths. Moths. Even bats. Bats. Unidentifiable eggs. Eggs, birds' nests. As you can see, just a whole selection. These big old cases. Let's see what's in. Let's see if we can open. Wow. Some of these are a bit more stiffer. Moths again. Try another one. Butterflies. How many moths?